Hello, welcome to our review, I guess, of the Outriders. All right, we're gonna restart that again. Hello, and welcome to our Outriders video presentation on the Technomancer. We're gonna watch through about 1.5 hours of footage I took during a exclusive gameplay session. And yeah, let's see how it is. So they did cut this out. We had a server update right before I did this footage, this version of it, and you do have the ability to customize that truck you just saw.
Buckle
Wheels,
up.
everything.
Moving out.
That is our character, the Technomancer.
Outrider. And so, you gather your flock.
Yep, and you can customize the front like brush guard, the wheels, that huge tank on the back I put on there. I did a bunch of this, but the servers restarted, so we had to restart the gameplay capture. And this is exclusively for my experience in the game. I recorded this. This is the edited version. I edited it a couple times where I got in there, died, and
Don't worry, Jakob. I'll go first and clear the way.
Didn't do so well.
Sure thing, boss. Always happy to let you be the bullet sponge.
To orient yourself, this is our two primary and secondary weapons. You always have this pistol. Then as a Technomancer, I have these three abilities. The first ability on the left-hand side is a landmine that I treated as grenade. Does like 2,000 damage. You have two of those. The second ability is a frost turret. And then that third ability is like a unguided rocket launching turret. So.
Curva! There! In front!
Currently, this is at World Tier 5. We'll go over the World Tiers a little bit more. But World Tier 5 is Elite World Tier. Similar to Diablo, there's a on-the-fly ability to adjust everything from World Tier 3, which is normal. Anywhere between 1 and 5, so 1 would be bring everything down 2 levels. You get less valuable loot, you get less loot. Then you have 5, which is to get more loot, and everything is plus 2 levels, so yeah. This is the same footage, but I did cut it. And yeah, I am streaming this recording as well, so there'll be live scripts that I may or may not edit out. But there's minimal dying. There's a couple times when I might still die. I think I edited out like this is like a third or fourth attempt of running this. The first time around, I didn't set any of my abilities or my my stats correctly. I didn't do a lot of that stuff, which we'll see a little bit of me doing that very soon. I did already go ahead and turn off the motion blur. There is a couple cases where the camera has some unsteady effects, and those effects, yeah, you'll notice it. It's like the camera keeps moving around when we're talking to someone. It's doing this whole moving left, right, up, down thing. It's very not good. It's very not good. So. That is our first run. We did die. Here's the world tiers. Again, we notice we're at World Tier 5, which is this area. We're going to bring it probably down to World Tier 3, I think, or maybe all the way to 1. I think this time I was realizing how far I was behind in the demo after unsuccessfully passing the very first newbie area, which is actually set to World Tier 5, which is set to Expert. So again, there is unlockable tiers. It looks like there's 15 unlockable tiers. Of course, in this demo, we have access to the first 5. So, apparently I leave it on 5. Here's our main inventory. if you notice in this top corner right here, you have your firepower of all your primary, secondary, and your secondary, your pistol weapon. I'm going to compare this to World War III. You have the ability to customize your weapon appearance in multiple different ways. So if you want to do that, you can. In this case, you have all your stats right here. Then you have, for back to this screen, you have your health, which is a combination of all your armor. There's anomaly power. I don't really know what this gets derived from, but I would say that in your skill screen, which we'll look here in a second, or your class screen, you're going to see a little bit how that feeds in. This is your map. It's very confusing. It shows you where to go, but it doesn't show you where you're at. So it's like Google Maps without actually knowing where you're on the map. So this is the skills. I'm keeping the regular shrapnel, which is a landmine, which I use really as a grenade. Your crowd turret, again, we'll use that extensively and freeze things. We have blighted turrets. I should have chose this one. This is a minigun and a rocket launcher combo. Yeah, again, you have a bunch of items here you can use. Again, everything in this video is whip, work in progress. It doesn't mean that's gonna be the same for the game, but yeah. This is the class trait. This is probably where some of your anomaly powers is derived from. Then within your class, which we chose Technomancer, you have the Demolisher, Tech Shaman, and Pestilence subclasses. So they did mention in the broadcast, which happened to be right after this, that you can on the fly respec all these without any penalty. So if you wanted to, you can respec for every mission, or anytime you go on the screen, you can literally just hit that delete button as it indicates in the key map and respec however you want. In this case, I think I ran a little bit of damage. Then I went straight up for armor and health, and that will become more apparent when we go to our next combat thing. And yeah, leeching health, armor. Pretty much wanted to layer on as much effective hit points as I could. And yep. So we spawned at 26, which means we had that many class points. Later on, assuming they're gonna have the level cap increase. As you complete items like kill people with machine guns, you get so many machine gun kills. You unlock accolades. Accolades are largely like different banners, emotes, graphics you can put in your truck. And again, as you do these accolades, you get unlocks. And this is the combat accolades, for instance, like use a skill for whatever, kill 50 enemies with a pumped action shotgun. You have different tiers of it. So, all right, now we're ready to go ahead and clear the road. And oh yeah, that's the crowd turret I just dropped there. You'll see a little bit. Some of the destructible and some of the environmental elements are destructible. I can shoot through them. Some are not. Right now I'm using two subpar weapons. When we go into crafting later, I'll explain what these colors are a little bit. If you were to notice my left-hand side of the screen with my health bar, you know it's like orange right now, and I were to do damage, you know, like by throwing my landmines, the more damage I do, the more healing I get. So the gameplay is definitely promoting very aggressive gameplay. That is my melee. You'll see that extensively now that I figured that out. But again, shooting heals. You have leech. That is one of only 2 ways that you can really heal in the game. One of my skills as a Technomancer can actually heal myself. You're playing it early? No, I'm not playing at all. This is a recording I'm doing right now. But yeah, this is my recording I did last week, so I can explain. This was me. And my down there, my character also says whip in the corner. Again, this is just gameplay as game was last week. Again, here I am trying to figure out how to equip items. I just equipped that really crappy exosuit helmet. You'll see me take that off and dispose of it appropriately soon. That's my number 3. That's a rocket launcher. Unguided rockets in a carpet fashion rolling forward like a tidal wave. That's very good if you can funnel your enemies in a cone. Like Division, you see I'm using my my cover ability. It's not really ability as much as it is the game does occasionally promote you taking cover behind objects, and you can lean and shoot over the objects like that. You'll see that a little bit later. Is this PC only? So the game is not PC only. It will launch, I believe, February 1st, 2nd-ish time frame on all platforms. So you have your Xbox, PS5, Steam. Stadia is not going to launch immediately, but that's going to be later in 2021. But yeah, you have a lot of different things it will launch on. And using my cover here, I think I decided to need to jump over. Look at that good gameplay. What's up, Sarah? We're recording a little bit of commentary footage, so. And taking cover, using my rocket launchers to knock them out. So you see the outlaw leader in the background there. Normal mobs, they have a little shield, meaning they're armored. Or they have no shield, which means they're unarmored, but they have that one health bar. Whereas they have elites and other dangerous mobs that have the 2 health bars, which signifies they are an elite character or a boss or whatever. So here I'm using this really, really bad sniper rifle that I acquired. The caveat is this is not free to play, but they did say this is a complete experience. There's no microtransactions. They did mention if you pre-ordered it now, there is a content pack. And by content pack, as we talked about cosmetics and stuff earlier, the content pack includes cosmetics, which you can buy at a later time, but it's not actually adding to the actual content of the game beyond cosmetic stuff. So there's like a dozen weapon skins and stuff like that they added in. Here's me for like the only time in the game using this secondary pistol. Again, the game favors you using your primary weapons, I'd say, because that secondary pistol is really, really bad. Again, I have all these weapons. A lot of them are very trashy. I'll find my groove in a little bit later. Again, you see there is an indicator, kind of like Destiny, of which one's better than the other. You can compare a little bit there. You see that helmet? Like, why am I not wearing that? That's because I unequipped my other helmet. So yeah. Yep. It's not free to play. So here I'm looking at key map. I think, is this where I turn off? I think I was looking at auto loot. Yeah, the auto loot. I didn't know how to turn that on. I thought I pressed H. There's another setting I'll look at later on. There is a way to loot items automatically. I think I was supposed to press H, and then it picks up based on your loot filter, which there's another setting for how high of an item or you want to pick up. So, or how low do you want to go. So in the case of the loot setting, maybe I didn't set it correct. Another thing is, I am playing remotely. This is a remote play session, so if I aim like a potato, it's because I blame the remote play. There is some latency involved with this, so like me, I can aim a lot better than that. Don't judge me too hard. Pyromancer. I kind of wish I used a Pyromancer, but this one, the Technomancer, had the object destruction, and I didn't choose it for some reason. I would have loved that so much. So this is, I'm thinking this need to be destroyed. Of course, you just go up to it and you press the E key or whatever. So
if they haven't alerted others to our presence, all that noise you made have.
So here's all the different weapons. Again, a lot of these are pretty trashy. Alright, we're gonna have some other things. So the waypoints of the map is literally like that. I ran right past it for a second, but you capture your waypoint, you slap your banner in there, which appears to be customizable, and then you can progress on. And then at any point in time, you can warp back to that point. this is a machine gun of sorts. It does have a decent fire rate. Again, we're going to utilize our landmines that we're totally just going to be throwing like grenades a lot in this. Seeing my frost turret, see it's freezing them in place. They did seem to resist a couple of those effects. Camber. So I did some editing on this. I died several times this encounter as well, trying to kite them in. I might have already edited out the times I died. It doesn't look like it. I think I did pretty well. Again, lots of healing as you do things. No, I think I died because I hit that too early. Then I got stun locked. Rip. No, I did die. Gears of War. Well, the people who made Gears of War made this game. People can fly. So if it looks familiar, it's because it is familiar. Again, this whole time I've been running at expert mode as a newbie. So I was like, I probably should put it on World Tier 3 and just progress a little bit more normally and not be so far behind in the tutorial. So here we are going in for World Tier 3, which is normal difficulty. And at this point I figured like, hey, if it's World Tier 3, everything's at my level, I can do a little bit more brazen maneuvering. I also found this weapon, which is pretty nice. You're noticing all these shots do a lot more damage. I'm also learning how to adjust for the input lag of the remote play session to actually score some headshots and stuff. And a little bit too early with my melee. There is full gore in the game if you want it. Can't. Very aggressive with this shotgun because as you shoot, you get all your damage back in health. That's the melee. I didn't see if they would shoot through their friends, but that could be a thing. My landmine grenades again. At this point, this is only like the second of the quest. I did die several more times here, again learning how to progress in the game without being in expert mode. I need to learn how to do that more. I figured that one out really late, the whole ground slam freeze attack. Yeah. So again, we have another elite leader here, which is our last one we need to clear for the road. Use my cover. Running away very quickly. So you basically barely managed to save herself. We're going to use our frost turret to freeze that guy solid. And also load him up with lots of buckshot. Seems like if you cast it right in front as it aims up, if you're so far in front, it's still going to have all the rounds go right into that guy. Little tap to the face and it's gone. So we just cleared our boss. The bosses do seem to drop a good amount of loot. I was having a little trouble with the key map there again. I was taking cover against that wooden side there for some reason. Yeah. Okay, World Tier 3. At this point, I think I decided I'm so far behind, I needed to go to World Tier 1 and just rock and roll forward. This is what we stick out for a minute. Or not. Maybe I'm trying to decide. So World Tier 1, again, you de-level everything by 2 levels. Everything for World Tier 2 is 1 level. Again, loot rarity, you have a bonus if you operate a higher loot level. Legendary drop modifiers, like if you can do it, you should be playing World Tier 5 as soon as you finish the base story. And then go from there. I mean, you're not going to get great loot the first playthrough, but currently I think it favors, especially the higher levels, to get those uber weapons later versus earlier, because you're still going to get weapons, and you can buy the weapons. So this is a loot box, not anything else too crazy. Again, there's no in-game microtransactions, anything like that. However, because I'm operating under World Tier 1, it's a really, really crappy helmet we got. So this is us loading into Trench Town, I believe. Again, fully customizable truck. How functional, how much you'll see that, I don't know. This might be like a Warframe-less set or something like that. You'll see it, but it doesn't have any function.
Shit.
At least not from the start.
It's hard to never see this place again. Hey, keep your trap shut.
Warning, there might be some swear words. Not made for kids.
Where do I find this Corrigan?
The big bunker. I'll let him know you're coming, though your kind's pretty hard to miss.
Alright, here's our normal area with all your stuff, like your stash, which you do have a global stash that has a lot of slots for all your stuff. Looks like 35 slots or something like that for weapons. Sidearms, your helmets, your body armors, gloves, pants, whatever. You have all that in here. As you're seeing, there's our ability to recycle items. You can dismantle items for parts, indicated over here. I believe it's the little gear. The red gear is scrap. The little orange thing, that's actually kind of like almost a Minecraft leather symbol, because that's leather. The next one next to that is iron, and the little blue pyramid thing should be titanium. So then of course there's shards below. So there is a item tier as well as level. So you have your tiers, like let's listen to this real quick.
Outrider. Who did this to you? Looks like a goodbye letter. Zahidi, I found an Outrider. He was hanged. He left a goodbye letter. It says something about a secret Outrider enclave. He had a key to it. And he gave it to a girl named Lucy.
Lucy? From Trenchtown?
You know her?
Well, not exactly. I mean, no. Why? Do you?
I think I know where to begin searching.
Nice tank. I want one of those. Alright, so you do have a quest journal, which is what we're trying to figure out here. Again, this whole quest map is very confusing. I don't know where I'm at. It shows me in the camp, but is it really showing me in the camp? I don't know. It shows things that don't pertain, and it's just very confusing. So I'm hoping they change that. Again, in our camp, we have a lot of options. We'll go through the options right now, I believe. Starting with this, which is your appearance one. I don't think I go into this one. Nope. Change your appearance. This is Jacob, which is our quest guy. Matchmaking. It's all co-op currently. An ammo chest resupplies all your ammo fully. Matchmaking, you can bring teams. You can find a random team. It is all cross-platform. So we'll see that in the menu later. There's an option to turn cross-platform on and off if you're having issues connecting to whatever. You also have the friend code, which is another feature that's cool. If you want to only have specific people jump in. Dr. Z.
Look.
Here's where the camera shake
What can I
comes
do for
in
you?
really bad.
You remember anything about Earth?
I remember a roadrunner and this coyote. I remember laughing so much I couldn't stop. It's amazing to think they kept playing cartoons right to the end. I mean, my whole generation. We went to school, we played games online, we hung out with our friends, knowing we wouldn't grow up.
Well, you did.
Yeah. I grew up to see most people I know die. Grew up a refugee
Outrider.
with bombs falling every night. And yet,
Alright, again, that's Dr. Z. He's our crafting person. If you didn't notice, like, the stupid amount of camera shake, yeah. I don't know why facial is not in the list, but yeah. I was looking for this camera shake. I've already turned off motion blur, but I couldn't find camera shake. But that's all the available options you have. Again, it's cross-platforms. If you wanted to play with the control on the PC, you could. Accessibility options, if you want larger fonts, contrasts, color blindness modes. I think they have multiple different styles for different types of color blindness. Some UI stuff, audio. Crossplay. There's your crossplay option right there. So that's currently on, even though we're doing it alone. There's auto loot. Again, there's a filter. I pick everything that's common and more rare. You can go like rare and above, but right now I set it common. I still don't think I enabled it to work. So. Alright, so we're gonna go hunt down a quest.
Get the shit out of it! Заставили стучать здесь целый день, уже не могу, голова болит, сколько можно.
Please. I don't want more trouble.
I'm not going to hurt you. Did something happen?
Unaltered. You all look the same to me. He tore down the door and he carried my friend Monique away. Fucking altered, just take whatever they want.
Not like that.
Really? Could you find her for me? I'm Lucy. I'd make it worth your while.
This is a quest we go through fully.
You're Lucy. You know anything about some guy living in a hatch with a Outrider symbol?
Outrider. Yeah, I remember the guy. He left me with something. A key with the Outrider symbol on it. Tell you what. You find Monique for me, and it's yours. God knows what that altar is doing to her.
It seems I need to help this lady if I'm gonna get my hands on that Outrider.
So these blue paper things are all like, I guess, lore items and other things. So for some reason,
You said you'd find Monique.
I didn't pick it up.
I mean, if we gotta be out here like this. They're not even aiming the damn nation.
So if people are watching this recorded, this is done live. I'm actually live managing the audio levels to make sure they're at least okay. Alright, so here's the part where I did cut. Currently, we're trying to get to the record zone, which doesn't exist in the map. As we're navigating how to get this done, we did go through several loops of going around town, I think, trying to get that done. So we left it that. I think we left that in, but there was some cutting associated with this. I'm like We're in Trench Town. There's no record zone. Where is this record zone? Again, the whole map navigation system is not adequate the way I think it should be. And again, our quest indicates search for Monique in the record zone, but it doesn't exist on the record zone yet. So we're trying to figure it out. That can we go back in? It's like, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. And we'll be on this struggle for a while. There does seem to be indications of what you can do there and other things. So instead, we're gonna go ahead and press on somewhere else. There are merchants that you can use
your tolerance.
Your stuff to buy from. I don't know what this was about. He has got 2 faces right now. Not sure. That's obviously a bug. Whip, work in progress. So yeah. I think we finally actually figured out what we needed to do. This is the journal. Again, as you pick up those blue things and kill things and talk to people, get journal entries. For instance, this is a letter from the person who was hanged. Or hung. You have all the folks, all the factions, looks like. So we're switching quests from the Trench Town one up to talking to the person we actually need to speak to. Did this fix it? Nope, still didn't fix it. So again, this whole thing, I suppose I could have cut it out. I don't know. But then we realized, hey, we need to figure out. We know we're in the camp up there. We need to take this path around over this way, back past Lucy, up to this castle thing that building is. So that's where we're gonna go.
The beasts.
So you're saying it's $80 Canadian and 50 pounds UK? I'm not sure what it is.
Where else are you gonna find good stuff like this, huh?
Huh? Another
How about I
vendor.
throw in a day's warranty? Free of charge.
A whole day's warranty. Wow. What a deal. I don't know. I think I didn't have enough money or something to mess with these merchants, so.
Mind if I join?
No, Yakin. I need you here guarding the trucks.
Right, because an old drunk is really going to scare a bunch of gun-toting truck thieves away.
This guy.
My little darling. She was such a...
Ever heard of the Greybeards?
Come.
Skyrim?
I'm not staying long.
Please. It's my daughter. She's far across the wreckage zone.
This is one of those
What happened to your daughter?
very typical sob
When the
stories.
last war broke out, she was caught on the insurgent side of the wreckage zone. But there's a smuggler, this brave woman who's been risking her life to bring me her letters and take my packages back to her. Food, medicine, whatever valuables I can scrounge. It's the only thing keeping her alive. But now, after that blast, damnation rocket tore my leg to shreds. If I don't reach the smuggler by nightfall, she'll be gone. I've offered all that I have as reward, but no one's willing to risk the zone. I don't have long left. I need Teresa to read my last words so she'll know that I fought as long as I could, and that I sent her as much as I could.
You'll see like his cape and stuff resetting every single time the camera angle
All right.
swaps.
Give me the package.
And the
Find the
camera
smugglers.
moving around. Again, I hope they fix all this stuff. I'm not enjoying that portion of those cutscenes. And also at
I
this
should head
point,
to the
I also
wreckage
realized
zone
that
if I'm gonna find these smugglers.
I don't remember if I had my helmet on before, but now most certainly I do. And my fashion for this character, the Outrider fashion, is pretty terrible. Again,
I realized I'm not even noticing bombs and missiles going on.
we're going to a place we need to actually get the rights to go to places.
So, this is Gutman's new altered. She sent you to intimidate me?
Aren't you both on the same side?
Today,
I just need passage through your minefield. I don't want to waste my
You're a
time.
prisoner. What did you do?
my fortune teller predicted victory. And my men walked into an ambush.
I told you what you wanted to hear. I can't force the fucking visions! I've told you
Sick of your bullshit! We fight tomorrow with no altered at our side.
You've got serious issues.
You have an altar right here.
Thanks for volunteering me.
Tomorrow, yeah?
It's called
Just let the girl
volunteer.
go.
I don't have time for this. Who the hell is she to you?
She's like some kind of daughter to me.
Hold on. You had a daughter?
Maybe more like I was screwing her mom for a couple of years, and maybe her aunt. Facts are blurry.
I like this arrangement very much. They want the passage east and the witch. Fine.
You would take Seth's place in battle?
Wait. Seth is here?
The Great Altered was last seen out in the wreckage zone, hunting one of your kind.
Then I'll go find him.
You do that. The assault's tomorrow at dawn. If I'm to give up my oracle, I expect to see one of you back here, or our deal is
Yeah.
Hey. Thank you.
Leave the truck again, and I'll weld you to the wheel.
I didn't catch it last time. But yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes. You won't see very many cutscenes left. There's like
My altered friend.
3 more
You
that
decided
we're actually
to follow
going to.
Seth into the ruins of the old industrial zone. I used to be in charge of that place.
And? You want it back?
Back in the day, it was the heart of our... Right up until the anomaly fried all our tech. Then that engine exploded in our faces and irradiated the area for good measure. It was mayhem. I dragged those people out of there. I saved them. I created this town. I could use an accomplice. Think about it.
There's nothing to think about.
I can feel my... Lay down!
So, as you mentioned, we are going to search for Seth in the wreckage zone. And what the game apparently wanted you to do was go past Lucy, which requires you to go visit the wreckage zone anyways, and go all the way to this person, have that conversation, and now it's letting us see the wreckage zone on the map. Ta-da! So again, that's a highly, highly annoying logical sequence, whatever you want to call it, that wouldn't allow us to go there until we triggered both quests. Namely, the one that was on the other side of the zone, to be able to go to the zone he wants us to. So this, again, our encampment. We bring Jakub with us. We have our multiplayer matchmaking console. We even have our
How about you
crafter.
give me information instead?
Our appearance
Bailey
changed.
said Seth was hunting another altered. Who was he?
You think Seth discusses his godly affairs with us mortals? Seth offered to lead tomorrow's assault, then walked off on some personal vendetta. Truth is,
Dr.
I
C?
don't care. As long as one of you returns to give me my victory tomorrow. We'll talk then, Outrider.
So we're going to press on again. We're at World Tier 1, so we're a little bit behind because of the delays of figuring out how to play the game. Again, we started at 26. You're not supposed to start at 26. You're supposed to start at level 1 or 0. So there's a steep learning curve. And then we're making up for that learning curve playing on Elite World Tier by playing a little bit on Tier 1, which obviously I fail at. Throwing a landmine, having landed in the ceiling. Again, this is more of a grenade than anything else. So just clear the entire bridge out there like that. There is grenade indicators if you saw that. It's gonna be pretty easy to be able to clear this. pretty beefy shotgun. Then I look at like, hey, I realized I got a light machine gun. Again, green's one tier up from being terrible. White is the terrible tier. It's like rusted weapons and really bad common items. Green's like unusual, uncommon ones. Blue is your rare, which is not that rare. There's a lot of stuff that drops blue. Purple is your actual elites. I don't know what it's described as, but it's very good weapons. So this would be a very good weapon. And then introduced yesterday is the legendary, which is your brown weapons. So it borrows a lot of other games' item tier coloring scheme. I won't go over more of that. And that's not the only thing you can do to upgrade weapons. You can upgrade their tier, you can upgrade their level, you can upgrade their stats, you can move a lot of stuff around, you can mod them. So we covered all that later. Again, at this tier, I'm like, screw it, I want to go forward. World Tier 1, I'm nearly indestructible. I was like, oh, I was blitz it. Nope, can't blitz it. So now I have like the entire map shooting me. I'm using my light machine gun, which I keep the rest of the game. Not in the same form, but I'm using that light machine gun to upgrade everything. Or upgrade. Downgrade everyone to death. Looks like there's stats effects, so I get rid of the stats effect by rolling into another fire. The captain seemed to have healed. He was nearly dead. And then he disappeared. Looks like he called an airstrike of some sort. Interesting ability for him to use. We have pretty much the whole map deciding to shoot us. We aggroed the whole area. Realized that it was not up there. It was actually behind this wall a little bit. That was a little bit misleading. I thought it was up one more of the tier in that wreckage. I'm like, huh? No. Alright, so we've cleared the objective. Now we can open the door.
Been entirely abandoned.
The area is still heavily irradiated, but that doesn't stop scavengers or insurgents from roaming around, digging up whatever scrap they
Got
can
another
find.
loot chest. In tier 1, we got some light crap. Rusty Bull and Eagle 73. Really, really terrible stuff. But that's what happens when you're blitzing through things at World Tier 1.
Notes. Interesting.
So it looks like an option when we drop that banner to fast travel.
Well, this should be interesting. Count me in.
And we've just started a side quest, like a bounty, which we'll complete fully. And we just litter on the ground, because why not? I shall mention that there is no jump. What we're about to do is a video that illustrates something you can't actually do. There's no in-game jump. Which, again, not all games. I guess Division didn't have it. Other games don't have it. Warframe does, and it's a massive part of the gameplay. It does not appear to be so. I know I died at least once on this time. This mode. I'm not sure if I edited that out. Hopefully I didn't die in this mode. Might have been another area. I don't remember where I died. And some of them, like the first part, the very first part of the video, about 45 minutes ago. Yeah, that I died like twice, 3 times on. I didn't know what keys I was even using. Yeah, playing a little bit tactical in this one, not going too crazy. Putting that sniper fire. Sniping with a light machine gun because why not? It works. Love that. We're going to keep using that melee even more. The freeze, high damage freeze. It's very, very good. See how much damage I just did to that armored guy? Perfect area to throw a landmine. Because why not? It's not a grenade, it's a landmine. And you see in the background, we just got our another boss. Which we're gonna promptly get him frozen by the turret. Again, World Tier 1, this is ridiculously easy. You see my health not really dropping by much. Doesn't mean that they won't still try to dodge you and stuff. One thing to note is I didn't see the loot drop. I'm still trying to like figure out if you kill a boss, you don't kill his ads. It's potential for all the loot to drop. Like the first boss we cleared out when we were clearing the path to the trench town, the boss dropped all the loot when he died. This one, I think maybe you have to complete the whole area before you actually can do this and actually eliminate the guy for his loot. And you have to eliminate using the proper way, apparently. Elimination completed.
Uji will want to hear the end of your story.
And this is a Skyrim door equivalent thing. It does look out of place. Yeah, that's actually epic. That's what they call it. Purple's epic. For some reason, I decided to put on these epic boots, which are really an epic failure. They're several hundred points lower than my other boots, so you see me swapping back neatly. So yeah, and then you see me doing that. That gives me some materials, a life leech skill, whatever. It also gives me 1 titanium, that comes from epic items. And then from there, we go to fast travel. Again, I don't know where I'm actually at. I'm assuming it's the down arrow. But, like, you just can't travel anywhere you want. So, like, oh, the control tower. That's where I want to go. No, I have to go all the way back to the last place I was at, which is actually down a little bit further. It's really, like, right here is where I'm going to try to find it. Like, where did it go? I remember taking a left. Okay, yeah, the factory entrance. That's where I want to be at. Then after I square around in here a little bit more, yeah. I ignored whatever that was. It disappeared before I guess I saw it. There's mining in the game. This particular node is iron, I believe. Yep, we got some iron up there. It does appear there's nodes that spawn randomly in the wild. You go up to them, you press E or your usability key, and then bam, you have iron. Not that interactive, not that interesting, but it does exist. Again, you see all my all those slots. I think it was counted 35 slots for each item I wanted to use or have in my stash. We're still trying to figure out where to go from there. I did cut at this extensively because we did run around trying to figure out where to go for a while. Again, this little wispy thingy is not actually accurate. It tells you to go through walls, which again, we can't go through walls. We're not that altered. So I'm gonna go to Clearwater Springs. Shotgun coming in very useful for these little things, infested things. They explode to many pieces when you do that with landmines. Yeah, and so as you're doing aggressive gameplay, the game also does tend to get aggressive with you. So like, oh, there's only one or two things here. This is not bad. Big cavern with nothing in it. Oh, now we have some stuff trying to find us. Oh, they can jump. And then as you see, now I start retreating. We are back in World Tier 3. Again, one of the parts I cut, we did reset to World Tier 3, so we're no longer like way overclassing everything. These are actually at our level. If you see we're 26, everything that's spawning is also 26. We did go through a toxin status, which did reduce our visibility, our vision, so that could get interesting. As you see, the camera does get occasionally stuck in things. We might die here. Yeah, we died. So that was a bug also. We picked up all the stuff we dropped. I don't know why it displayed that, but whip, work in progress. We'll see that fix. As we progress through the zone, occasionally we will run out of ammo, but there are those ammo chests in your camp. You can go pick up those things up from your. You can go pick up ammo from your ammo chest. Yeah, this is all done live. I'm not editing any of this, so this is just commentary. Then we'll do some actual recorded highlights of some stuff later. So this is try 2. We know they're very aggressive. We be aggressive, gains more aggressive, and kicks our butt. And we retreated from all the way over there, all the way back to our camp area almost. We still get our butt kicked. So we're gonna play this a little bit more safe, I guess. So notice not everything spawned. We only got one of these big ugly thingies. We're immediately going to our frost turret, immobilize it. We're retreating. We're the first one like half the way dead before the other one even gets to us. I'm playing very defensively at this point. There is a total of 3 of those alpha Firmos. I think that spawned. Again, we knocked out 2 of them. The third's being held by our frost turret in there. And we're going to digitally finish that one off as well. Again, see the white stuff, that's all ammo dropping. As we're blowing through things with our light machine gun, we do use a lot of that ammo. Some green unusual items. Again, that's uncommon, unusual. it's all the green items are pretty much trash. White is trash, green is pretty much trash as well. And blue you consider using, but really it's the purple items that you're going to be using the most. With the brown legendary, which I guess would be equivalent of a Diablo unique or whatever, some really, really good items. So wouldn't worry about too much of what we're picking up. We're going to scrap most of it later. Take it on a sale. Yeah, we'll see how it does performance-wise. So it integrates a lot of elements from a lot of different games. Some people saw a lot of stuff to do with Gears. Again, same developer. I see a lot of Diablo-esque stuff because, again, a skill or a world tier system is not copyrighted or anything like that. Everyone's going to want to use that. It's a good idea. Who knows? Maybe some people who made Diablo a decade ago decided to integrate it into this game as well. So again, we were just checking this this thing out that was killing us. We did get some enemy stats on it in our journal. Yep, and now we're progressing forward now that we've cleared out our little cave here. Looking to see all the crap we got. Since we were operating such at a low world tier for a while, we really don't have a lot of good weapons at all to equip. And all of it's trash. I think this is where we do have some stuff gets cut out. I was told I needed to cut things.
Man, how'd your daughter end up on the wrong side of the border anyway?
Nope.
I came trading in Trenchtown right when the insurgents pushed the front button.
Is this where we need to cut? Anyway, all this stuff that was supposed to be cut out that pertains to storyline spoilers got cut out already. And then our watermark got added in, so that's my favorite part.
Dragging out the bodies, and always with the blood on your clothes. Think those stains are easy to get out?
This is gonna be one of our highlight videos.
I work and work to keep this place nice, and you come stomping in with blood and guts.
Someone's gotta keep you safe.
Oh,
I am out
yeah,
there
I
killing
suppose I
all
should
the
be
assholes.
bowing down to you, kissing your feet for letting me in your goddamn presence.
From a whorehouse. A little gratitude would be nice.
Gratitude? How about all the times I've wrapped my legs around you when I get nothing? You know, I thought life with an altar was going to be exciting. I thought there'd be armies standing on their feet and...
You need rescuing.
Hey, what is it? Who's there?
How am I supposed to know on that fucking altar to my face? Do I look like I need rescuing?
Hold on. I'll destroy anyone who gets close.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just as soon as you get your pants up from your goddamn ankles.
Yeah, as soon as I do that,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
dead.
you know what? All I do is like sit and clean here and you're always in...
And that was that's gonna be a highlight. Yeah, I love stuff like that. It's like
I really don't know which of those two to feel more sorry for. I should get back to Lucy at least. Put her mind at ease.
The quest actually had nothing I need to do except visit them, so that was that. Again, trying to figure out where the frick I am on the map, where I need to go. So I think I took a left. I don't know where I'm at. We really need to go up there, though. Are we figuring out where we're gonna go yet? Oh, yes. I think we actually edited this portion out as well. I don't know if I actually went there or not. In one of our very many times we went through this area, which is indicating we need to go through that area at the top left. Yeah. we were trying to figure out where to go forever. It was telling us to go through a wall. Obviously, that's not where we need to go. So we edited out a bunch of stuff. We're like, yeah, where do we go? Where do we go? Search the record zone for Seth. We're in the record zone right now, by the way. So, I'm reading that right now. If you fail, you take his place in the assault, which is what we're gonna do. I think we figured this out by now. Here I am going through some of the controls again. Most of the time, I actually didn't know any of these controls. I was just WSAD. Okay, what does this do? Oh, that's the rocket launcher. Cool, we'll use that. Ping objectives. I was trying to figure out, I guess, some other controls I didn't have. For instance, my sidearm, I didn't know how to select it. Well, that's because there is no sidearm selection in my key map. So that was another one of those whoopsie thingies. I realized that later. Roll, climb, mantle. I don't know what the hell that is. And I think we finally realized that we need to go forward. It wanted us to go through that wall right there. So you can't do that. I also had traveled around this wall to the right several times as well. But I think these doors weren't open before, and now they're open. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think those doors were open. There was something that was off, and I couldn't figure out for a while. I'm like, oh, now we're good to go. Still checking to see where we're at. We're at the factory entrance. We moved in. It says I need to continue from there up into the place we need to be at. And I think this is the last time I get truly lost in the game.
I will slam you!
So yeah. And I love the freezing. I think I die here once. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the area. Called an airstrike. Trying to use my melee as a ranged weapon. Also doesn't work real well. Overall, I think gameplay was pretty smooth, except for the portions where I got lost. But we still do use cover. We realized we couldn't shoot through solid rock. There are interrupts, by the way. The live broadcast did alluded to, like, when the enemy is casting ability with a bar that fills up over the head, you can do other things to interrupt them, like shoot them with a rocket launcher, as indicated, to prevent them from casting abilities. So we'll see how those work out in actual implementation, because it seems that, like, if you just keep shooting a lot of times, you interrupt them. So yeah. That was the time I died. I think I go back into this one with a little bit more understanding what I need to do, which is eliminate targets more better. And we're on fire. So landmine went off. Landmine actually has a landmine this time, not as a grenade. I'm so sad that I still didn't get to, oh, did I die twice here? Now. I died twice. Ow, this is the one time where I did not edit out where I kept dying. Alright. Third time's a charm, right?
We end this now!
Okay, we immediately eliminate that one mob. Me trying to use my shotgun as a sniper rifle again. With this remote play is also pretty hard trying to gauge like time of stuff as well. That and the controls are very simplistic compared to Warframe in terms of like there's no parkouring and stuff like that. There is a covering, but a lot of this is, I hate to say it, it's like reduced in difficulty for console players and crossplay. So anything they do for crossplay, PC, they also need to make that available on console. So using my light machine gun sniper rifle. This is the portion where I was like, why am I not aiming well anymore? I think it was the remote play. For some reason my shots weren't making contact with the enemy. And this is the time we actually do succeed in, I think, killing everything. Progressing on to kill boss. Successfully eliminated that guy. That was a pretty cool slide. We did slide right under cover from cover. That happened quite often. Although it looked like I was aiming at the target, my actual muzzle of the weapon was inside an object where it wouldn't actually aim correctly. So you know, those things is like I wish the camera would just, if you can see the target, you should be able to shoot the target. If you can aim at it, you should be able to shoot. Because really, no one would want to shoot in a wall. So why does the game assume you want to do it? Should have better aiming mechanism. Oh, look at that. He had stepped over a landmine that just got tossed in front of him. And we're going to progress up the ruins. I would like to think that when we again, this is all solo play. When we add in additional players, people are on voice comms, coordinating their attacks a bit better, like sniping on the Pyromancer, or not the Pyromancer, the Technomancer, working with the Pyromancer, working with other folks, just like really giving these enemies a run for it in a higher tier that we could still progress faster than what I did. I don't know how the die spawning thing's gonna work with the group. Obviously, if I die, I'm the only person there. We work back to the last checkpoint, vantage point, whatever you want to call it. So, yet to discover how the group stuff's gonna work. And we quickly pick that up. Rip. I shot him in the nuts. You swing, I swing. I think we just got one more feisty boss encounter to shoot. That is about the best throw I had the whole game. And that's probably one of the worst turrets I've did the whole game as well. And we're good. And it does seem that like they leave these loot chests till the end. So once you get through them, once you get to them, you can pick up the loot. It doesn't really necessitate, I guess, you killing everything like I did. Maybe you can go low tier and get the chest done or complete the objective and be done with it, and then come back with a higher tier when you're trying to actually get loot. We're gonna do that. Open the gate, and we're gonna clear the bunker out. Here, guys, catch. The freeze mechanic's pretty juicy, especially when you're dealing with a lot of very aggressive mobs and you're being very aggressive. That's the freeze move I like the best, though. Because it doesn't really matter what's in the area, as long as it's in a radius versus a cone. I think when you usually target enemy with it's a cone fire. If it doesn't lag and freeze stuff behind you, but the other one's the AoE fire.
Nothing. Never asked to be any kind of dad. Last thing I wanted, anyway.
Jacob, wait. There's something else. I've seen her before.
What? Where?
I had a vision when I was in cryo.
Kurva! You two with this shit? Give me a break.
Okay, so we cleared out the bunker. There was no Skyrim escape out of there, so we're trying to figure out what to do. At this point, we see all these huge artillery shells, which is kind of interesting. Those really big-ass artillery shells. If you didn't notice, it's the size of my character, those shells are. So, we're talking like 155 plus millimeters. Sorry about that, it was really loud. On the fly, live audio balancing everything here. Again, there seems to be like quest indications and not getting lost in the game is a desire for this. Then we go decide to use the quest map again to just get unlost. So the quest indicates that we need to search for Seth still, so that's kind of what we're doing. Running around crazy like a chicken with its head cut off. Just we thought we completed the objectives. We did complete the objective, but not really. Looks like we got to a new area. We're gonna place our flag. Captured. Establish our little waypoint. Stock ammo. None of our other people there. These waypoints don't count as our camp. Each like act, I guess, if you were to use Diablo terms, each act has its own camp as well as sub like waypoints. So it's another juicy combat encounter. I think we only got a couple left of this. And this is all unedited, uncut. I showed you some of my deaths. I eliminated the ones where I kept dying over and over. But yeah. What's up? This is Outriders. This is another like Warframe meets Diablo meets Gears of War meets other things. Oh, rip. See, I told you I didn't edit anything out at all. This one I think I'm a bit more careful and actually don't go full crazy. Again, loving this light machine gun. You'll see me upgrade that possibly later. I thought I covered the upgrading process and stuff much earlier in the game, but I might have cut all that out. I thought it was Gears of War. It is made by the people who made Gears of War. It's People Could Fly as a studio. And they make Gears. They also made Outriders. This is published by Square Enix. And that's why Square Enix UK, at least. But yeah, that's why we have our footage. This is us playing this game last week in a remote play session. We're just gonna use a little bit of buckshot and remove it from gameplay. Again, we figured out you can just quick tap E and pick up items. We still didn't figure out the actual auto loot key yet to pick up items automatically without having to tap E. So yeah, there does not seem to be a vacuum cleaner element quite yet. Alright. Now we have that thing. Which I think I do extremely well at killing this thing really quickly. And we're still at World Tier 3. I decided that mining is more important than killing the boss, which I successfully mined some iron there. And now we can go ahead, now that I have my iron, to kill the boss. And utilizing all that continuous firepower to eliminate a third of its health right off the bat. Also, absolutely smashing those ads with my melee freeze. Is it just endless enemies? Nope. It's an RPG, shooter RPG. It does have some storyline elements to it. It does have some Warframe-esque to it as well. A lot less Warframe than I think other games. It's like an amalgam of everything. It's everything I've put together. And it's a very not precisely aimed turret. And continuing to utilize all of our abilities as soon as they're available. Freezing it, then proceeding to shoot it in the butt with shotgun rounds. Looks good. Yep. Again, we this was I guess the only Technomancer footage that was available prior to the broadcast, but this is a Technomancer. Yeah. I didn't use the same abilities they used on the broadcast, but yeah, we did pretty well covering at least these three. I should have swapped out. There's like another 6 abilities. One that's like a minigun / rocket launcher selectable combo, which I would have loved to use in lieu of this machine gun. But yeah, I did well with it.
What the hell happened here?
And then from there, they did cut the footage out because of spoilers. # spoilers removed. So that was not cut by me. There's some other things that you want to see there. Again, as we kill things with a certain amount of weapons and unlock like achievements, you get your accolades, your accolade levels, which again unlocks some cool patterns, some bender shapes, and emotes, some gear for your off-road truck, a bunch of stuff. So. Again, I'm doing a live recording of this. This is going to be put on YouTube. This is my way of editing a video and doing commentary on it. So, this is our recycling screen. So all the crap we got, we can go ahead and select. Then once we're ready, we can hit this button to dismantle all the stuff. We're going to get resources on that left-hand side under the primary weapon screen. You see the gears again. Gears is scrap. The orange is leather. The iron bar is iron, and then the blue little pyramids is titanium. You get varying amounts depending on what you're reducing down. And as you saw, we got top left was a epic legendary item, or what epic item? Sorry, legendary is brown. We didn't have any brown items, but legendary is purple. No, legendary is brown. Epic's purple. Purple yields that blue titanium. So again, we're absolutely melting everything. In preparation to go talk to Dr. Z again, and then we're going to look at the upgrade stuff. So as you see here, I had to edit a little bit this out, but there's this improved rarity item thing. As you saw right there, you can improve it, which increases the level of it, I guess, a little bit. Let me go ahead and go back real quick. So here again, the rarity, they explain this a little bit in the dev stream. the broadcast number 4. But again, we have a blue weapon if we want to improve the rarity, which we're going to do. Or sorry, we had a green weapon. We're going to improve it to blue, which is increase its firepower rating, which is basically the damage of the weapon. When we do that, we unlock this mod ability to drop the weapon as well. We'll go into more of the mods later, but we improve the rarity of the weapon, which is one of the very good functions, and you can do a weapon you like a lot. So that's what I did here. We had an uncommon crappy weapon, and we turned it into a rare. So in this case, we're going to choose a mod for our newly unlocked mod slot. I choose, I think, the leech. I don't know. What did I choose? Okay, we chose that one. That doesn't really matter that much because we can add other mods in later. This is a raise attributes. If you saw, we have the ability to increase not only your firepower by increasing the rarity, you have the ability to also increase the other attributes like crit damage, long range damage, close damage by using some of these shards, I guess, to basically improve it. So in this case, I think we improve close range damage a little bit. Then we move on to the next way you can improve it. Again, as I said, when we unlock the weapon, we got that tier 1 mod to insert into the weapon. But in reality, you can change it out at will. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 mods. And we're going to go through a couple of those real quick. You can generate shields with them, apparently. I should have put that in there. That's pretty cool. And you actually can have multiple mods in a weapon. I think it's like a cap of 3. We do have some weapons we'll acquire or have that have 2 mod slots. However, they did mention in the broadcast that only one of them you can actually swap out. And in here, you can swap to a variant if you can, like a breaching shotgun or a trench shotgun. You can choose kind of how you want this. Again, every stat on this is customizable to a certain extent, so you can swap mods out. You can increase these. You can increase your firepower by increasing rarity. You also can change your accuracy, stability, range, your clip size, rounds per minute, damage, reload speed, crit multiplier by swapping out the variant, which costs iron. Again, so I see a lot of crappy weapons dropping, and you melt those out for being able to modify your weapons. So in here, I think we're going to go ahead and swap out our mod a little bit. And that was just the weapon modifications. So there does seem to be a cap for that. We have a level 28 weapon, which is 2 above our current level, which seems to be the cap currently. There's ability later on, I guess, through world tier unlocks to be able to upgrade your weapons further. There is a global cap, I guess, of 30 for your character, and then there's the ability to level your weapons beyond 30. Again, these vendors seem to sell stuff. I don't know what they were selling or why I couldn't buy it or whatever, so yeah, we pretty much ignore them. Yeah, there's a lot of options to modify them with the guns. And then we're going to proceed on to the final, yes, battle of our gameplay experience. We have one more cutscene, and we haven't done a lot of recent cutscenes with characters yet. So we're loading in now to the trench zone.
That's fucking teamwork.
Thank you, Sial Sarge, tier 1 sub. That's something I forgot to disable for the videos, but whatever. They've already said the F-bomb several times, so it's definitely not made for children, by the way. The whole bodies exploding when you shoot them with a shotgun and turning to red mist. Yeah, this is going to YouTube as adult content, so thank you for the sub, though. It's one of the only non-copyrighted sound alerts I have.
Victory! A great new altered fights at our side. Together, we shall fuck them up!
And here we go. Again, they cut the cutscene out, actually. There was a scene in there that they cut it out. Alright, so for this Battlefield, turn down the volume a little bit. We're in a battlefield, and we have some supporting teammates that are almost useless. They're bullet sponges, and they draw fire from me, which occasionally is good. So we're going to head up the left flank, and the left side of the map is a boundary. No, if you hug the left side of the map, only stuff that can shoot you is from the front and right. So we're gonna use that mechanic to our advantage quite a bit, and also trenching the map to move forward. But we have to wait for our bullet sponges to move forward to be able to do a whole lot. Again, we're taking cover, being shot from the side. We've moved significantly to the left. Again, to progress forward, you must shoot things. To heal, you must shoot things. So the game supports shooting things a lot. And as you see there, you can do the blind shoot from the side thing, which we've done several times. We've been borderline almost killed several times as well. There's a lot of threshold in that last little part of the bar. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Yes, this is all my recorded footage. This was only Technomancer footage that was up for a while until the broadcast on Thursday. So, yep. This is me playing. I did not have a microphone during the time. Also, this is being recorded locally on a remote play session, so taking a little bit of notes what's going on. Yep, it's not released yet. This is not releasing until February, but us content creators got access to play the game early, comment about a couple things. We're retreating backwards. You see my teammates, the sponges, have come forward to distract the enemy a little bit. And we're able to progress forward. Because again, there's no audio. This is not tutorial land. This is level 26's, which is pretty close to endgame content. I wouldn't say maybe endgame. There's a lot of the end of storyline, questline content, I guess. I wouldn't say endgame by any means, based on what we learned yesterday, with the expeditions being a thing. But yep. Hi guys. Hi friendly people. Let's go forward.
We've taken the river. Keep pushing. Secure that hilltop. Don't give it.
This is my reload chest. Again, box full of ammo. I believe that skull bean's an armored, elite. So we'll proceed to utilize our weaponry as much as possible. Got a lot of things coming up the trench lines there. So we throw our landmine, because landmines are clearly meant to be thrown in this game. And yeah. Again, don't jump in the trench with a person with a light machine gun trained down the trench line. Might hurt you. We should be throwing more landmines. Perfect lineup for that turret. Yeah, so enemies. I really do think there's a script where these are spawning constantly. If you're not progressing, they're just going to keep spawning. So, again, the game is pushing you to go forward and be very aggressive. And if you have two teammates, which is this is a three-person co-op game, I'm assuming you're going to be moving faster than when I am doing solo. Again, I have played the game for about 2 hours now or less, and I'm learning how to play as a level 26 in a very hard encounter. Not terribly hard, but skill. This is World Tier 3, or sorry, yeah, World Tier 3, so normal gameplay level for level 26, which I'm not really a real level 26. So, I'm assuming if I wanted to do, like, World Tier 1, I could have gone through this quicker, but from here on out, I think I do pretty well at, fending off the enemy and doing well and killing things. How customizable are the Outriders? So their skills are customizable. Again, you have a bunch of skills. You have like a Pillars of Exile like skill tree between. You can dynamically adjust stuff in that skill tree. You can reset it, unlike Diablo 2, where if you press a button once wrong, you get screwed. Yeah, that's all changeable. Actual cosmetics, I know you get them through accolades, but as far as how like can you change the face or your character and all that stuff, I don't know. What they did for this session was they asked me what class I wanted to play, and I chose Technomancer. So they created a Technomancer for me. And at no point in time did I go into the appearance adjustment screen. The truck, though, the truck you take around that's in your camp, that's customizable. You can change the wheels, you can change the color, you can change what's on the back of the bed, you can change the bumper, you can change a lot. So I'm assuming that there will be some customization, I just don't know how much. Again, liking the amount of damage and stuff we're doing here. I do not have my bullet sponges forward yet, but they're progressing, and we're hugging this left flank, the hill. I only knew about going forward and having people shoot me from forward and to the right. Unlike Destiny, though, I think that items that you pick up, there do not seem to be a lost and found merchant. And based on the fact that I left that green item back there, I feel like there might be kind of like a loot run thing that we might have to worry about here. So, TBD. That was the latency of the remote play. I actually froze him before he got down there, so absolutely demolishing that mob. Oh, look, his friend arrived though, and he's gonna get demolished as well. Again, the freezing turret's literally 2 inches from him, and keeping him under crowd control, along with my own melee. Then I've kind of run out of steam here. I get stun locked a little bit. Well, I don't understand that landmine should have taken him out, but apparently it went inside the sandbag or something weird. So yeah, it went inside the sandbag, so it didn't explode. All right.
Go! Move! Move! Let's go! Come on! That was easy peasy. Mwah!
You still kissing that piece of junk, Coleman?
Hey, at least it's better than kissing the sergeant's ass.
Give me that. What is that anyway?
That's from the old world. Oh, you wouldn't understand. You can't even fucking read.
Sorry, Grandma. It's not a fucking library.
Hey! My grandma was a general.
Shut the fuck up, man. You know your grandma.
Yeah! Do you see that?
Moloch.
Anew, altered. You've come to finish what Seth failed to do.
My fight's not with you.
Oh, it is now. You fight with them. That means you die with them.
And that is in the gameplay footage. So, yes, there's a cut of some more stuff after that. But again, that's all I had for my remote play session. Usually it was about, that's about an hour 35 on the dot, without very many interruptions. It was over 2 hours with the cuts prior. So again, I did a lot of dying and looping and things. So that is Outriders. That's coming out in February, or very like the first day or so of February of 2021 currently, subject to delays, coronavirus, and all that other crazy stuff. So, yeah.